everybody, it's Gail, and today I am here with two projects from the Crochet Today March-April 2009 issue. If you've been crocheting for a long time, you probably flipped through Crochet Today a few times. You may have been a big fan. If you're new, Crochet Today was a pretty popular magazine. Back when I first started crocheting again, like 20 years ago, but then also just had like a good following for a long time. It stopped publishing a few years ago probably because of the rise of online pattern collections. I don't actually know, that's just a guess. But somebody took the time to scan an absolute shit ton of back issues and put them on the Internet Archive at archive.org, which is amazing. Thank you so much. I'm, obviously as a fan of vintage patterns, I appreciate any and all archival options when it comes to saving crochet patterns, as they tend to be somewhat kind of low on the list of things people think about archiving when they're thinking about saving information, because there's information to be saved. A lot of crochet patterns, it's a leaflet at the store, it's in a magazine that you use and you eventually get rid of. So that kind of archival work I really, really like seeing. And the link in the basement that will take you to the issue that has these patterns will take you directly to this particular issue, this March-April 2009. And from there, you can download the PDF. Now, if you've never used the Internet Archive before, you will need to sign up in order to download. They don't email you. I've had an account for a couple of years at this point, and I literally cannot recall being emailed by them. So they're not going to bug you. And it's a great resource. I love the Internet Archive. I found a lot of vintage patterns there as well, antique books, all that kind of stuff. And it's one of several places I go when I'm trying to hunt down older stuff. Anyway, back to why you're here, which is to see the project. So the first project is a set of rings. So there's one of them. And then there are two more. And these are made in size 5 thread. And they are each just a motif. And the way that it works is ring 1, ring 2, and ring 3 are all different motifs, but they all sort of build on each other. So as you make them, you add a little more, which is very fun. And there are charts and written instructions for these motifs, which I really like. And the two that I just showed you are actually a little big on me. They're kind of loosey-goosey. This one fits me perfectly, which is really funny. But I think that has to do with the fact that this one has more, like they have more and more stitches coming out when you fold it over. So that's going to account for having a little more space in the ring. So this thread, like I said, it's a size 5. This is leftover thread from when I did those collars from the 1940s, which I made a video about a little while ago. They take no real amount of thread. If you have a small amount of size 5 thread sitting around, you can make these, I'm sure. And you will notice they are all standing up really nicely. And the reason for that is because I finally remembered to buy fabric stiffener for projects like this, where being able to stiffen up the project so it keeps the exact shape I want is something I can do. And it really does come out nicely. It's a fun little quick project. It's a nice project if you're just getting started with thread and kind of want to get used to it. You do have some open stitches that might be a little difficult if you're not used to thread, but like, I know you can do it. I believe in you. Don't worry about it. The other project I want to show you, which is also red, not on purpose, I just have a lot of red yarn lying around right now, is this headband. Hold on, okay, yeah, this is the way it's supposed to be. So this headband is made of small, medium, large, and extra large motifs, and then you stitch them together according to what the schematic says, and you wear it like this. And you tie it off to hold it in place. Woo! There we go. And I really like it. It's got a nice, it feels a little vintage in a fun way. Like it's almost a kerchief, but not quite. But it's got also kind of that fascinator vibe of like you have this statement piece of it in one spot. My head is 22 to 23 inches. So it's about the perfect size for this, where the ties tuck right under my skull so they don't show up on the sides. If you have a slightly larger head, what you might do is put the whole thing together, put it on your head, kind of see where those motifs hit, and then you can always make an extra one or two of the medium-sized ones for the chain. This is made in worsted weight with an H hook, going with the classic. They called out a Red Heart Eco Cotton, and I mean, I don't even know if that's still around. Like I said, this is from 2009. I had some Dishy left over from God knows what. Oh, it was the pot holders I did with all that kitchen stuff that I also made a video about. So this, I would say you're probably not using more than 50 or 75 yards to make this. They call it, they say a single skein of the yarn that they recommend, but I would say just based on experience, we're looking at 50 to 75 yards at most. Because it is a bunch of little ones. And they tell you to join things with embroidery floss, and I did not do that. I made extra long tails and used that to sew them all together. And it worked, as you can see. This probably could use an ironing, I'll be honest. I think an ironing could help it out a little bit. It's a little bulky right now. But I did wear it like all day the day after I made it, and it stayed put, so that's always nice. It was great. I just got my haircut yesterday, and I was using it to hide the worst of my cowlick, which is still trying to take over. Anyway, yeah, so those are the two projects, and the entire issue of Crochet Today that I got these from is very motif heavy. So if you like motifs, if you enjoy working in that particular style of crochet, another reason to check it out. There's a shawl that's very pretty that's done in a fingering weight yarn. There's a few other things. There are baby booties, which are not motif, but they're very cute. And then I think that's the issue that's got the sweater I'm mad at, but that's a different video. It's just, I don't like it. It's a very personal thing. It's nothing against anybody involved in the making of it. So yeah, that's a couple of really quick, simple patterns that can be fun. A good instant gratification project, which is why I made them, frankly. I have been doing a lot of very large projects with very small hooks, and I needed a break, so I took one. Yeah, that's it. If you enjoy what I do here, please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, all that fun stuff. I update the first 3 Fridays of every month. So this is the first video of June, so I will see you next Friday. And until then, take care of yourselves.